Hey there, guys! So, welcome back to a new part of this anime again. Last time we saw Yuzuki asking Saku to become her boyfriend, but Saku knew something felt off because she herself knew he wouldn't just accept her proposal instantly. So, he asked her for the real reason, and she revealed that a stalker from Yanhai was after her. It was a really messy situation, so Saku agreed to help her out. Then, right after that, a snake came to Saku asking why and how he suddenly started dating Yuzuki, because he never believed that Yuzuki of all people would suddenly get a boyfriend out of nowhere. Saku felt something was strange about this guy since he openly said he liked Yuzuki. So for now, Saku told Tomoya that he was only pretending to be her boyfriend for certain reasons. But after that, things started going out of control, because the stalker began taking photos of Yuzuki with Saku and occasionally sending them to her. Even worse, this stalker had older photos of Yuzuki from her first year, which was extremely creepy and enough to scare anyone. On top of that, someone at school kept stealing items from Yuzuki's bag, and on basketball match day, her sports shoe was stolen and thrown somewhere in the schoolyard. It was thanks to Saku that she got it back. But Saku didn't know that his old rival liked basketball too, so he said his girlfriend Nazuna wanted to see it, not him, just to be safe. Saku asked Uemura if he had any connections in Yanhai. The answer was no, which meant he wasn't the thief. After that, Haru came to spend her free time with Saku at the basketball court. She was fired up and asked Saku to give her a massage. She really is relaxed around him. But then she asked if he would go to the same lengths for her as he did for Yuzuki. And Saku answered that he didn't know about that, but he did know he would only ever give a foot massage to Haru. This guy really knows how to keep the balance inside his harem. But anyway, now they knew someone from their own school was cooperating with Yanhai. Haru suspected Nazuna and Uemura because they were at the court the previous day, even though they normally wouldn't care. It made sense, but without proof, they couldn't do anything. So they dropped the topic and went to eat lunch, where Haru ate half of Saku's food, which made Yuzuki jealous. Plus, Saku even told Haru about his date plans. So both girls went to an arcade to vent their frustration. These two are like dudes who understand each other's through competition. But Haru suddenly proposed that if she wins the next game, she would go on the date instead of Yuzuki. And suddenly, Yuzuki got fired up and won immediately. That's just how these two always are. But now it was time for the date. Since it was festival season, Saku wore his yukata and went there. But when Yuzuki arrived, he couldn't look anywhere else because she was unbelievably gorgeous. This set up their perfect date, where Yuzuki became extra sweet and held his hand like a maiden experiencing first love. After that, they went to the goldfish scooping game, but Yuzuki kept failing, so Saku taught her a trick, and together they caught two. Yuzuki decided to keep them, and when it came to naming them, Saku suggested red and black, but Yuzuki instead named them Saku and Chitose. It was both funny and sweet. Saku then tried to focus on his food, but Yuzuki asked him to share. Not with new chopsticks, but with the same ones he was using. She always gets shy when she makes bold move. Their chemistry was really good. After that, they went to the double trunk tree, which symbolizes the tree of love, where couples pray for lasting affection. Saku couldn't focus and kept staring at Yuzuki while she prayed, because somewhere in his heart, he wasn't sure if he should pray too. But right in the middle of these sweet moments, those goons from Yanhai showed up, along with the guy targeting Yuzuki. They fully intended to start a fight and break a few of Saku's bones. Yuzuki was shaking in fear, and fighting back was an option. But Saku didn't want to do anything that would scare her even more. So instead, he shouted for help, saying that goons from Yanhai were harassing his girlfriend. This quickly drew the attention of nearby adults, and some rushed in to help, leaving the goons with no choice but to retreat. But Yuzuki was left completely terrified. After that, Yuzuki didn't come to school, so that night, Saku texted her to cheer her up a little. Their flirty messages were always fun, but from her words, Saku could tell she was still deeply shaken. Somehow, he managed to convince her to come to school the next day, and thankfully, she did. But then, while Nazuna was passing by, she bumped into Yuzuki's desk, and photos fell out of her desk. Clearly, someone had hidden them there. The photos were taken during Yuzuki's date with Saku. Yuzuki got depressed and tried to hide it, but Nazuna started talking down to her, saying she didn't even tell Hiragi about her date, her own friend who also liked the same guy. This made the atmosphere extremely tense, so Hiragi scolded both of them properly. But in the end, she wanted to know if Yuzuki was serious about her relationship with Saku. Yuzuki couldn't give a clear answer, but said she would never ask just anyone to pretend to be her boyfriend, even in desperation. Hiragi accepted that answer and acknowledged her as a rival. Then, she demanded fair treatment and ordered Saku to take her on a date during the summer festival too. That's the boss lady for you. Later, Saku walked Yuzuki home while cracking light jokes to keep her distracted so she wouldn't overthink. But the next day, the entire school received a photo of Yuzuki from middle school with that delinquent. Nazuna started acting bratty and says Yuzuki liked dating bad boys. This finally pushed Yuzuki over the edge, and she accused Nazuna of stealing her belongings and working with Yanhai to torment her. Nazuna got furious because even if she wasn't nice, she would never stoop so low as to secretly take photos or steal things. Saku had to step in to stop the argument, and Uemura revealed that Nazuna actually admires Yuzuki, which is why she was at the basketball court that day to watch her play. This revelation made Yuzuki feel terrible, and she ran off. Iwanami gave both her and Saku permission to take the test later. So Saku sat with her on the rooftop where his presence alone was the most comforting thing for her. After some time, they returned. But after school, those Yanhai punks appeared again, with 3 of them blocking both school gates. Saku planned to stay late, hoping they would get bored and leave, but they didn't. So eventually, Saku and Yuzuki went out to confront them. The leader had enough and really wanted to break some bones that day, but Iwanami stepped in to stop them. Normally, a teacher can't fight students, and those punks took advantage of that low. But the whole school had watched the 4 of them standing there for hours. So even if Iwanami fought back a little, he wouldn't be held responsible. Yuzuki was barely holding herself together, and this situation finally broke her. She stood there in the rain asking herself what she did wrong to deserve all this. This time, Saku had no words left, so Yuzuki begged him to stay with her for the night. But this is where the video ends today. So stay tuned and make sure to subscribe the channel to watch some other spicy anime recaps until new episode of this anime drops down. So take care.